Chapter 1. The trees stood like forgotten soldiers, their bare limbs clawing at the fog that drifted lazily through the forest. With each step, Mira's boots sank deeper into the damp earth. Her breath came in visible puffs, dissolving into the chilled morning air. She clutched a small recorder in her hand, its red light blinking steadily, their only warmth in sight. They said the asylum was demolished years ago, she whispered into the mic. But it wasn't. It was just buried. Like everything else they wanted to forget. Mira had spent the past 3 weeks digging through public records, missing persons lists, and urban legends forums. Every lead pointed back to Midvale Asylum, a facility that supposedly shut down in 1992 after an experimental therapy scandal. One that the media never fully explained. She found the building exactly where the documents said it wouldn't be. The asylum loomed ahead, skeletal and rotting, but still upright. Glass crunched under her foot as she stepped through the main doors. The air was heavy. The silence inside felt intentional, as if the building was holding its breath. She passed crumbling walls and long-dead plants, curling out from broken windows. Then she saw it. A door at the end of the hallway, marked in faded red paint. Reflection room? Ward B. Mira pressed her hand against the cold door. It gave way with a creak that echoed far too long. Chapter 2. Sit. See. Accept. The room was simple. A single wooden chair faced a cracked, foggy mirror. No cameras, no lights, just dust and shadows. And a phrase scrawled across the wall in dried paint. Or blood. Mira couldn't tell anymore. Sit. See. Accept. Mira laughed nervously. That's it. That was their whole therapy, she muttered. My sister disappeared for this. She sat slowly in the chair, her eyes locked on the mirror. Her own reflection stared back, or so she thought. Something was off. The reflection was still. Too still. Mira tilted her head to the right. The girl in the mirror didn't move. Then she smiled. Mira didn't. No, Mira whispered, her throat tightening. What the hell? She stood abruptly, the chair screeching against the floor. She ran out of the room, heart hammering, and sprinted down the hall, only to find herself back inside the reflection room. Chapter 3. Versions of Me. She froze. The mirror was intact again, the chair unbroken, the words still on the wall. I just left, she whispered. I know I left. She sat again, slower this time. The air buzzed faintly, like a dying television left on static. Her reflection returned, this time, crying. Silent tear chose down the mirror version's cheeks, though Mira felt nothing. The next time she ran, the hallway twisted again. Impossibly. Every escape brought her back. Every time she re-entered, her reflection was different. Once, it was grinning ear to ear. Once, it had blood on its hoodie. Once, it whispered without moving its mouth. You let her drown. Chapter 4. Memory is a mirror. She clutched her head, falling to her knees. Her mind pulled back to the edge of the lake. It was raining. She and her sister had been arguing, screaming even. I said, leave me alone, Mira had shouted. A shove, a scream, a splash, ripples, stillness. Then nothing. Mira never told anyone. Because no one ever asked. Because no one remembered a sister. Not even her parents. They said she was always an only child. They said she needed help. Chapter 5. Who was she then? Back in the reflection room, Mira was laughing. Or was it the mirror? She couldn't tell anymore. You weren't real, she said, voice hollow. They made you up. I made you up, didn't I? The reflection nodded and began to peel its skin off, revealing a perfect replica underneath. Another lie. Another truth. Chapter 6. The surveillance tape. Years later, a maintenance team found a camera buried beneath rubble in Ward B. Its battery was long dead, but the data was intact. It showed a girl entering the room. She sat. She stared. She never moved again. The timestamp read, October 3rd, 2021. There were no signs of a second person. No one ever came looking. Final words. Some reflections, a voice whispered at the end of the tape, aren't real. But the guilt always is.